A popular neighborhood restaurant just gave one of its own a major promotion.
Yeah, the local chef is wasting no time making waves. He's diving in head first, bringing bold new flavors and modern flavors to Louisiana cuisine, too. Lee is back now with his inspiring story.
Well, guys, we're talking about Chef Christopher Vazquez. He's the newly named executive chef at Ralph's on the Park. He's already shaking things up in the kitchen, rolling out some new dishes like red royal shrimp and unicorn grits. Yes, I said unicorn grits. But it's really his journey to this point that fuels every dish he serves.
Some see a kitchen.
Ask Jalen if you get those things in the cups for me.
Christopher Vazquez sees a playground of endless opportunities.
Everybody always says that to me, like beets and strawberries. They actually go great together. But to me, it's the art.
He's been flipping and frying most of his life. From Louisiana's kitchen
Popeye's Fried Chicken here in New Orleans, a long time ago.
to the world.
I went to culinary school at Delgado Community College. While I was about to graduate Delgado Community College, I got a phone call from Wolfgang Puck. I got the opportunity to work at his restaurant in Malibu, Granita. After a year at Granita, we decided we were going to open up Spago Beverly Hills. We took our catering facility out of the back of Spago. There, I helped them open that, and I also opened up a restaurant for Wolfgang, where I was a chef of cuisine there, was Vert Brasserie. After working for Vert Brasserie,
There's more.
I know, we took that catering and we actually made it global.
Believe it or not, this wasn't always the plan.
Probably 17, 18 years old. I actually I was trying to join the reserves, and I was going to be a photographer in the reserves.
But then something changed.
I went in for the herring test. I was wondering when it was going to start it, and then it already finished.
At the same time, everything clicked.
For me, I've always been a prideful kid, you know. When you have a hearing problem when you're young, like, you don't necessarily pick up on things, so you don't get good grades and stuff like that. At least I didn't. Spelling and English and all those items became hard.
So you had gone literally your whole early part of your life without even knowing that you had any type of ailment with your ears. How was that? How did you feel in that moment when you finished the test and you were got the results oh, something is, it's not just me, something is off?
Well, like my father once told me, I gotta learn how to live this way, you know? And you just keep on striding. You never look at a scenario that is going to hold you back.
Chef Vasquez used his hearing impairment to fuel his fire.
It always came to a point where I always felt like I had to prove myself. And I've always had to have a chip on my shoulder that, I belong everywhere else, and I kept that chip on my shoulder. To be very honest with you, I think that chip on my shoulder helped me moving from Louisiana to working for Wolfgang Puck.
Now he's calling the shots as the executive chef at Ralph's on the Park.
And then do me a favor, there's some butter down there, give me some cubes. Okay, beautiful. You always got to talk loud enough so I can hear you.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much.
Chef Vasquez uses his hearing aids daily, in and out of the kitchen.
One thing I always tell people, it helps, it doesn't fix the problem.
It's here in this kitchen where that focus, perseverance, and a chip on his shoulder has cooked up something you won't find anywhere else.
Beet and Louisiana strawberry salad. The crossbreed cauliflower, it's a mix of different things. You want to shine Mother Nature, you want to show everything, you want to give a beautiful plate. I think the concept before is what we always done was global cuisine here, and now we're really focusing on modern Louisiana cuisine. So you're going to see, when you step through the door, you're going to see my vision. You're going to come in here, you're going to enjoy, and you're going to feel my passion about food. No matter what, we're all going to have different situations and things to overcome, I say work with what you have, make the best of it, and keep on striding hard.
Now, Chef Vasquez admits that he doesn't always catch everything his team says in the kitchen, but he blames that more on his intense focus, not necessarily his hearing. He draws major inspiration from the City Park Farmers Market right across the street, using those local ingredients to craft some of the dishes you just saw right there and keep that menu nice and fresh. I will say it was such a pleasure, not just eating his good food, but just meeting him and getting to learn more about his story.
Seems awesome.
He is great. He's really great. And as we talked about earlier, his hearing impairment, he is deaf. He is on that spectrum, uses hearing aids every single day. Very thin. You could barely see them. If you didn't know, you wouldn't know. But it's just incredible, although incredible things that he's done so far.
Right. What resonates big time is he said, coming up in school, he didn't get the best grades, and it was because of his hearing impairment. You think about so many children who, like him, faced those hardships, but didn't get the attention, or right, exactly. And he's here to show you that there is success there.
Right, and they didn't click till years later if you think about that, when he was going on planning to go on a whole different life path.
Yeah.
So
I love that line. I have to learn to live this way.
there we go.
That's awesome.
I think he's doing a pretty good job.
He's
if you ask
doing
me.
great. To go check it out. Thank
Yeah,
you, Leah.
Of course.